Well, I know it's always tough when you come straight out after a game and we ask you to give your verdict on the performance. Actually, on Saturday, a lot of the fans getting in touch with our show afterwards were perhaps a little more positive than you were about the game. If you had a chance to look back on it, are you still as frustrated with some elements of the performance?
Yeah, frustrated with the first half, for sure. You know, we're at home. We want to stamp our authority on the game. Generally, we've won 60% of our games at home, so it's disappointing to lose at home. We need to get that up until the 70s, late 80s, well, early 80s. You know, if we're going to be challenging this year, and that's a task for us all to do. You know, we've got another home game tomorrow that we need to put right and get away from that negative performance and the negative outcomes that comes out of the performance at the end of it. Football's about winning. You know, I'm gonna face questions like that. Of course I am. I was angry after the game with a lot of things really. And if I took it out out after the game, I apologise about that. But it's you know, we're working hard here. We are working hard to try and get things right, to try and get a momentum and build a momentum in the league, and trying to get back to winning ways. And I've no doubt we'll do that.
Yeah, because with the away form, just 2 defeats away from home in all competitions so far this season, which is, to be at this stage in November, that is a good record. With the home form, it started so well, and there was that real buzz around the home games as well. And I guess it's just a case of getting that back.
Of course, but we need everyone to stay with us, because it's a long season. We can't keep saying it, but we're 3 points off the playoffs with a game in hand. We are not giving ourselves any leeway for a mistake or for a drop in points. You know, we're making every game massive for ourselves. We're putting ourselves under pressure, and we need to get to a stage where we can go on a run like we have done, and we've got the ability to do that. We know we can do that. Where if we do drop points, it's a dent, yeah, of course, but it's not massive for us. So every game's huge now. You know, starting tomorrow against Portsmouth, who another good team. They've come up through the leagues, you know, like Blackpool, and they've started the season quite well. You know, they're up and in and around. I think they've got the same points as us. So it's a big game for us. One that we know we have to go and perform and put a performance on and get the win. That's what we need to do. And take that into the game against Rochdale. Yeah,
and there'll be a real sense of occasion, because Portsmouth always bring so many fans under the floodlights at London Road. It should have that buzz. Yeah,
listen, I love the nights at Tuesday night games and Wednesday night games, whatever they are, and at home. You know, there's always a bit of dew on the grass and the ball moves about quicker. And I remember the MK Dons game early in the season at home. We were very good. So the boys are looking forward to the game. We got to make sure we put another good performance on. You know, you can look at stats whatever way you want, but the way the games fell, we were unbeaten in 5, won 3, drew 2. We've lost 1 now. Regardless of who we were playing against, we are still in a good frame of form, really. You know, we've picked, 4 points of the last three games in the league. Disappointing. We want more points, of course, but we're trying to build and work and trying to get more performances and results on a more regular basis, definitely in the league.
And I know you've spoken about in the past that difference in the sense of occasion for some of the games in the Championship compared with League One. Presumably coming up against Portsmouth, they are a side that gives you a taste in a way of what those Championship games are all about.
Well, they're a big club, aren't they? They're a big club. They're a sleeping giant, really, in the lower regions of the league, and massive fan base. I think they get close to 20,000 at their home games. Huge fan base. But you know, they're in this league. They're in our league. It's a game. You know, we know they're a good team. We know they've got some good players. We have to be on our guard, of course. They've got a centre forward who's scoring a lot of goals that we need to mark very, very tightly. But they'll have to mark Jack Marriott very, very tightly, because he's missed a couple of chances in the last game, and he's probably beaten himself up a little bit about it. But he's still getting the chances. He's making the runs. He's getting in the right areas, and the goals will start flying for him again.
And it strikes me with Jack as well, for certain players, perhaps the pressure of being the major centre forward, given what's gone on with 1 or 2 of the other players with the injury to Juniors and Ricky Miller as well. There might be a bit of pressure there, but for Jack, he seems to be the sort of lad that can take all of that.
Yeah, of course. I mean, he's a down-to-earth lad, Jack, anyway. He works so hard for us. You know, there's more from him. There's definitely more from him. But we try and get more out of everybody, really. You know, it's not about being comfortable and thinking you're doing okay, because we're all not at the minute. It's not good enough what we're doing. We need to be better. We need to improve. You know, it's like I say though, it is a long season. We've had a little bit of a lull in the league, the past few results, but we need to turn it around. We know we've got the players to do that, so we just need to deliver it now.
And really, right from day one, you've spoken about the shape or the form of this season. You want to be in a position where you can really kick on in January and show your best form over the second half of the season. Given what's happened with your strikers, have you got that in mind as well, in that clearly you are a little bit light up top, or lighter than you'd like to be? If you can get through to January and you're in the right place, then you've got that opportunity to do what you need to do and really kick on?
Well, that's the key. I mean, I wouldn't dare ask the chairman for any money now, because he's obviously disappointed as well with the run of results. So you got to be in a good position, where we've got to be in a good position come January, that I can tell him that if we're going to be serious about getting this league, we need X, Y, and Z. So that's definitely something that's in the back of my mind, and in the back of the players' mind as well. That if we need to strengthen, and we will in January, we need to be in a good place to do that. You know, there's no good being cut adrift of the top six come January, and we strengthening the team. What's it going to do? You know, we need to make sure we are in a position where I can go to the chairman and tell him what we need. So that is a main focus for me and my coaching staff, and also the players. They're well aware of that as well.
With your goalkeeper at the weekend, did you just think it was the right time to get Conor O'Malley in there for a league game?
Well, I've got two good goalkeepers, and obviously I said to you before about Josh coming through, who's training, performing really well. And I thought Conor had done really well in the cup games he's played. I think he kept 3 clean sheets out of the 5. One of the games it was an own goal he conceded. So I thought just for that game, I thought he was perfect for us. We didn't want to change the team from the game against Tranmere, and he done fine again, Conor. You know, he done fine. So as a goalkeeper, it's not about thinking you're going to be the number one. It's about being challenged by people as well, as the players are. So it's not about feeling comfortable and expecting to play. I've explained this to Bondi. He's fine with it, and he needs to try and get the number 1 jersey of Conor now.
Yeah, and Conor's done really, really well, and he has such a young face that it's slightly deceptive. But in terms of how he's played, he's really shown that experience from the Irish football. Yeah,
he's played a lot of games already this season, because he played a full season really in Ireland before he comes, so he's not lacking in anything. But like I say, Bondi's made some top saves for us as well. But we've conceded quite a lot of goals really. And it's not down to Bondi. It's about us making sure we're better defensively, so that gives us a platform to build on and attack more. So yeah, the decision was purely down to the fact that Conor had done well in the games, in the cup games, and we went with it. I thought he'd done fine.
In terms of your injuries, looking all right?
Yeah, everyone's fine. Everyone's trained. So good that we've got another fully fit squad to pick from. Junior's improving all the time. He's going to Cambridge today, I think, to get on the Ultra G, so he's going to start running. We're hoping he's going to be back out on the training ground, not with us, but with the sports scientist and the physio, to do some more extra running in a week or two. So he's coming on great, and we're delighted with that.